Okay, the fourth one is listening to make inferences. It means that when you make an inferences, you are deducing an idea which is not directly stated. In other words, you make use of clues to figure out something which the speaker does not tell you. For example, let's say if someone's saying to you, I hate sentimental music and I prefer something fast and noisy, loud. So you can aim for that he could be refuse your offer to get him a ticket to a concert, a piano concert, right? And you will need a earplugs if you're living with him, unless you share his taste in music. So he probably can't hear the phone rings when he playing his music. He'll be in his world. So making inferences is also involved that you make deduction based on the available facts and evidence that you get from the person, and also at the same time you make an intelligent guess of what kind of person is it and all. And finally, by listening to make inferences, also you using your own experience and knowledge based on what you have come to all your life journey. So that's about listening to make inferences. So the fifth one is listening to draw conclusion. So when you listen to draw conclusion, you make statement based on the evidence or the fact that you hear. In other words, you make deduction based on the fact or the evidence details. For example, if let's say if someone says that I must have everything in order in my house, I can't stand it when something is out of the place, and I absolutely hate dust. If one leaves a cup or apple core lying around, I just go crazy. So from here you can conclude that this particular person must be someone who is like obsessed with cleanliness, or like he may have some psychological disorder, which is like I come across with this OCPD. It means like he have this obsessive compulsive personality disorder. So from here you can conclude what kind of person he is, and this is what they call as listening to draw conclusion. Next is our listening. It means like listen to predict. It means like to predict is to say what you think will happen. It means like making prediction. It also involves like using your own experience, knowledge, and logical association. Also like listening to the tone of the voice, to the verbally what they're using. The tone is higher, louder, or like for example, you say this question, this question. So there are difference between the same word, but the difference between the tone. So it could be you can make a predict this is important and this is nothing to do be very important. You can like deduct it from there from your list of important, right? Next is like listening out for translational device, and also finally is make inferences as we discussed previously. The next one is the seventh, which is listening to tone and attitude. This is very interesting part where we back to our first topic, which is under communication skills, right? So communication is the made up of word, tone of voice, body language, and also all these will be the clues for you while you are doing your listening. So studies have shown that words are only 7% effective in conveying the message, while the effectiveness of tone of the voice and the body language goes 35 to 55% respectively. So here you can say that people really feel about the situation by just observing their tones and also their body language. In this way, you can also assess to their attitude towards the situation. For example, right here we see like a tone of the voice, which is refer to how your voice sounds. For example, you can say no in a friendly way, but you also can say no in a firm way. So even though the word are the same thing, but we have the different tone to show that how the attitude of the word at the moment. Next is also you have to watch out their body language, which is referred to the gesture, facial expression, the way the posture they are sitting, and the others what they do with their fingers. And you sometimes here we have a clues like, let's say someone is sitting on a chair and their legs are towards the other side while talking to you. It means that the person is not interested to listen. If the legs are towards you, it means he's interested. So all this is the body language. You have to watch out the body language, tone, words, and then a lot of things in the listening skill. It's not just a easy thing. And another one is you have to listen to their attitude, which is referred to the feelings. You have to word something. For example, your attitude could be like you're optimistic person, friendly, respectful, or he's a defensive kind of person, or are you a sympathetic, or the other way. So here I have an example where if I'm doing if I want to find my, some people they say they use this NLP, where you want to find a person to persuade your things, to sell your product. You will find a person who is very the kind of like nodding their heads, and this kind of person are easily to persuade. So always the skills that you have to learn their body language, learn your communication skill, and it will help you in your listening skill. So come again here, let us recap again all the 7 points from the basic of listening skill that we have. So the first one is listening to the specific information. Next is listening to the main idea. The third one is listening to take notes. And the fifth one is listen to make inferences. And the fifth one is to listen to draw conclusion. Then you listen to predict like a magician. And finally, listen to for the tone and attitude. So I have covered all these subtopics here, and we already recapped this.